Thank you. I'm good, thanks. Hi.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
Good to see you, sir.
You too.
Thanks for coming over.
Thanks.
Hi, how you doing? How you doing?
Well, you got it with you. You got it with you. You gotta go. Don't mess around. At some point, you just gotta say,
research and data that will increase independence in the future. So, once again, I want to thank all of you for being here, and I would like to introduce Mayor Slay. Mayor Slay has been a great friend and a great supporter to Paraquad. I would also like just to pass on our thanks to the St. Louis Development Corporation for NAP tax credits, which is also part of the money that we will allow us to build our dream. So please help me introduce Mayor Slay.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Amy. Good morning to everyone. Certainly a pleasure of mine to be here with all of you and with Amy, the board of directors, all the partners, the staff members, and supporters of this outstanding organization. We are very, very proud of the leadership and all the work that Paraquad does in our community to help make St. Louis a more welcoming community, a more inclusive community, making a community where more people can live independent and fulfilling lives. There really is nothing more important that we can be doing as a community than making sure that all of our citizens can live with dignity, can live with respect for themselves and be respected by others, and also be able to be a very, very important and meaningful part of our community. And Paraquad really does a lot, and the people here to help make that happen. The work of Paraquad in helping our residents live more productive lives is truly a community asset. Paraquad certainly is an expert on recognizing the needs of and serving people with disabilities so they can be more involved in our community and accomplish their personal goals. The value of that cannot be overstated. I especially want to thank Amy Waymeyer, all of her staff, the board of directors at Paraquad for all their commitment in helping leveling the playing field for all people with disabilities. And I want to thank all the partners who are here. I know some of them were mentioned with Washington University, Logan University, and I know others who have been really part of Paraquad's success and their accomplishments, and a real big part of making this project become a reality. It certainly happens because of all of your generosity, which will benefit thousands of people throughout the coming years. And that's good for all people of St. Louis. This project truly elevates St. Louis' status as a community that is welcoming and accessible for people with all abilities. The city of St. Louis is grateful for the work you do, your leadership in our community, and your advocacy, and we are really looking forward to the completion of this project, and hopefully I'm sure I'll be joining many of you here when that does become a reality. So thank you again, Amy. We are so fortunate to have you leading this wonderful organization and all the people that work with you. Thank you. Thank you.
So So as I backed up and took a look at the crowd, I realized that I forgot to thank a really important part of why we do what we do, and that some of the folks who are sitting in the very front row, who are our participants, who are at our gym number of days a week, who are working out, increasing their health and wellness, and it's for them that we're able to be inspired really on a daily basis to get the darn thing done. So thank you. And my next guest is one of my favorite people. She is our incoming board chair. She's the chair of the Accessible Health and Wellness Center Project. She's also a partner through her role as an instructor in the occupational therapy and neurology at Washington University School of Medicine. When she's not doing that, she's also an athlete that is very, very invested in the value of exercise and fitness for people with disabilities, as she is a member of the St. Louis Rugby Rams team, and a medalist of the U.S. Paralympic Track and Field team. Please welcome Dr. Carrie Morgan.
Wow, that was quite an introduction. Thanks, Amy. I'm just really honored to be here today. So, kind of as I sit in this room, what I want to do is give you a vision of what this space is going to be like, but I think first we need to appreciate a little bit of our history and kind of where we came from. In the late 90s, early 2000s, Dr. David Gray from the program in occupational therapy at Washington University was researching people with disabilities in our community. And basically what he was researching is what were the barriers and facilitators, things that were helping people to be able to participate in our community, and what were the barriers. And one of the reoccurring themes, I was very lucky to be a part of his team, but one of the reoccurring themes that people with disabilities in our community kept telling us was that there were huge barriers to being healthy in our environment, to being able to exercise, to be able to get physical fitness, to be able to participate in leisure activities or sports, and overall just exercise in general. And so in 2004, Dr. Gray partnered with the CEO at that time of Paraquad, Robert Plunk, and began the Accessible Health and Wellness Program. They received funds through the Missouri Foundation for Health to purchase equipment, hire trained staff, and to get a program started. So that program currently is in the main Paraquad building. And if you look around us, if you looked at the roped area, that is the size of the current space, okay? So that's about 2,500 square foot. So what we learned from 2004 till now, we've tracked the participants that have come through, is that what we're doing is we're changing people's lives. We're increasing their strength, we're decreasing their pain, we're decreasing their fatigue, we're increasing their overall independence, and the list goes on and on from there. In 2008, the Missouri Foundation for Health grant ended, so the support ended. Paraquad took the Accessible Health and Wellness Program on as one of their main programs and continues to operate it today. So things are going really well, right? So we have this great program. We're showing it makes changes. In the current space, we can serve about 100 people to 125 a year. At certain times, our waiting list is the same as the amount of people we can serve. So our waiting list has been up to 100 people before. So we identified, wow, we need to grow. There's more people that need services. So how do we do this? And so Amy gave a really nice history of there was a lot of fundraising and a lot of committee meetings on how do we make this better. And so the space that you're in now, so we're going to triple our space. So this whole entire space that we're in right now will become the new Accessible Health and Wellness Program. It's over 7,000 square foot. And then on the other side of this wall will be where our partners are, Washington University and Logan University, as well as some really nice locker rooms. But this space right here will be full of exercise equipment. So what we'll be able to do is increase our capacity to 500 people a year, as well as offer more intense services. So This means a whole lot to me. I've had a disability since the age of 1, and it was a really long journey for me to find a way for me to be healthy in my life. And I ended up finding some really great resources and being able to go to the top levels and be competitive. But what this space is about is whatever is trying to make people's journey easier. Having a community resource that people can access no matter what type of activity they want to do. If they just want everyday exercise, great. If they want to be competitive and take it to the top level, great. We're going to have a space to be able to accommodate all of that. So as I look in this room, I see a lot of people, and on behalf of the board, I just in general want to thank the staff that has been along for this journey. I want to thank the participants. There's many participants in this room that have been with us from the very, very beginning. And I want to thank the people that not only donated money, but also donated their time to this cause. And I hope that this isn't the end point. I hope we keep growing from here, because I think there's a lot more need and resources in our community that we need to be meeting as well. So at this point, I think I did a pretty good job of giving you a vision of what the program's going to be like. I would like to turn it over to our partners so they can give you a little idea about the collaboration and how that's going to work. So it's my honor to introduce my boss, Dr. Carolyn Baum, who's the program director of the program in occupational therapy at Washington University. Thank you.
Thanks, Carrie, and thank you, Amy, for all your work, your vision, and your effort. And thank you, Mayor Slay, for thinking that this is such a resource to St. Louis, which it is, and our to-be more partner. Let's see, I know your name, Dr. Parrish from Logan. So the whole idea of having a health and wellness center and being able to serve those who want the barriers removed so they can live their lives is just an incredible opportunity. And there are a number of people from the OT program here today. I'd like you to raise your hands so you also can be recognized. The partnership that has developed since the late 90s that was initially led by Dr. Gray has brought many programs to Paraquad. And when Carrie was talking, part of what's going to be on the other side of that wall is her new research laboratory, which will focus on health, wellness, and community life. And the work that she and Jess Dashner, her partner, who does much work to remove barriers in communities, will be a wonderful continuation of our program. In occupational therapy, we really do work to break down barriers and empower people to lead full, meaningful lives. And so this is a tremendous opportunity for us to continue our work with Paraquad and see it realized in a vision where the facilities will make such a difference. Through our work together, we've been able, and that's working with staff and participants and leadership, we really have probably one of the most important training programs for occupational therapists in the country, because our students are interacting and working alongside people who are rebounding and making their lives meaningful. And they too have contributions to make and have just wonderful opportunities. As I said, it creates additional space for our laboratories, for our research, for clinical programs and student training. And we're really proud of the partners and looking forward to the ongoing work and accomplishments. Both Amy and Carrie mentioned Dr. Gray, and I would like to say something. Dr. Gray passed away last February. As a scientist, a leader, and advocate for persons with disabilities, his vision and work toward enabling accessibility by understanding the role that the environment plays has had a real profound impact on all of us. I know he's with us today, and his work continues through the many people he mentored as we move forward collectively and enable people's lives in a really wonderful facility with terrific leadership and terrific community support. Thank you so much.
Okay, so our last speaker is Dr. David Parrish. Dr. David Parrish is the program director for the Masters of Science in Sports Science and Rehabilitation at Logan University. He is also the director of the Human Performance Centers at Logan University. Dr. Parrish has extensive experience in chiropractic, sports injury care, and rehabilitation, including work as a team physician and professional college and high school on the high school sports teams. He served as a physician at the Pan American Olympics in Guadalajara, Mexico. And I have to just laugh and tell you that they wrote out Guadalajara and then told me how to pronounce it. I did actually know how to pronounce it. Mexico in 2011. And this past July, he served as assistant coach in Toronto, Canada. In addition, Dr. Parrish is the assistant coach for the USA Powerlifting Olympic team and served as the team physician at the Paralympics in London in 2012. So please give a warm welcome to Dr. David Parrish.
So that gives me a big build-up to be your last speaker, and I'm gonna disappoint everyone because I'm not gonna take a lot of your time. But it is good to have that introduction because it's people like Dr. Morgan and a few of the other athletes that are in this room that have really given me the desire and the impetus to be able to work in these types of areas and given me the knowledge and the help to be a better physician. And what we're trying to do at Logan, and we really thank everyone here for that opportunity. We want to be able to give our students the opportunity to work to help with your independence and your wellness and your well-being. And it's important to us to be able to do that. Thank you to the Paraquad staff and everyone else that gives us that opportunity. We really appreciate the trust that you give us. You give us your trust to be able to come and see your clientele, to be able to work with all of you guys, and you give us the trust to be able to teach our students what it takes to be able to work in a different community, what it takes to be able to help with independence and opportunity, something that we really appreciate. The ability to educate future practitioners is very important to us, and without partnerships like this, we wouldn't be able to do the job that we're able to do. To help young chiropractic students have the opportunity to come and understand and treat and work with folks with different disabilities is so important for us, and we really value that opportunity. Developing the ongoing relationship that we've had with Paraquad and also with the different universities is something that is near and dear to my heart and to our university. It really enables our students to enrich the lives of the people that we serve. It also enables us to get hands-on opportunities and enhances our educational process. I really can't say enough about the great opportunity we have here. We're excited about it. We're looking forward to having our new space. I want to thank Dr. Humphreys for all the hard work that she's done as our clinician down here. She's bringing these students along in such a great opportunity. We just can't tell you guys thanks enough. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much to everyone.
So you've heard it. We have a lot to celebrate. I didn't say it earlier, but we got our first $1 million gift too. That's a pretty big mention here. We talked about the impact that we have not only on our participants, but we work with over 20 the real life experience that gets so they get a chance to do it for real and they don't have to practice when they're full-fledged professionals. So just wanted to mention that. So here we are, and we are ready. I'd like to ask all the speakers to join me, and we are going to kind of, well, it's funny, Phil asked me to put a shovel on the front of my wheelchair so that I could break the ground, but I said it doesn't work so well when it's concrete. So we've come up with something that we hope will be just as inspiring. So if you're all ready, I'm going to do a countdown. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To take a tour. We have different stations set around that will offer you opportunities to find out a little bit more about the Accessible Health and Wellness Center. And please notice that they did not trust me with one of the cannons. Thank you very much.